everyone, I'm back with another project share. This one is for my design team for AdornIt and Dianna Marcum Designs. This is the new monthly subscription club kit stamp. It is the honey bun cake. I'll show you this. This is not the stamp that I used for this project or projects. So you can see this is a recipe stamp for the honey bun cake. And so this is a large B-skep, and you get a couple of different accessory stamps as well. So those will be fun to play with. I actually have a card I'm planning to make. This is an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of paper, so you can see this is the size of the cake against like an A2 size type of card base. So it will fit on the front pretty well, and you still have some space around it as well to play with. So that's the this stamp is actually part of the monthly club kit. So if you joined, I believe in June, you would get this stamp. They will have these available for sale individually, but it's while supplies last, and I think it's only when they get their extra supply for the stamps, since the stamps are so delayed with the manufacturer. So this is the one that you get if you just joined the club kit and just wanted the recipe stamp. They do have an add-on, and the add-on is this stamp set here. It's really, really adorable, and you can see this is the stamp that I used. That's a bee on a honeycomb with some flowers and such. And then you've got this jar here. Really adorable jar. I love this jar. And then she's got a sentiment, and then some flowers, another bee here, and then a cluster of flowers here. So this is the add-on stamp if you chose to also get the add-on with your subscription. So as I said, these have just come out. Some of you have already probably received yours in the mail. And hopefully, if not, they're coming to you soon. But they're, you know, the manufacturer is delayed here. So you just have to be patient. So those are the stamps for the monthly club kit. But I used some other things for my cards. I used this really old, retired Lifestyle Crafts nesting leaves set, and you can see there's actually 3 different styles of leaves in here. And I want to say that I used these two. Well, I used the largest of this set right in here. Okay. I also used this die set from My Creative Time, the Bunch of Fun Circles. I used this wavy piece as well as the largest circle in the die set. Okay. And then I also used some papers. These are for my card base. So here's where the leaves were cut out. This is called New Leaf, and this is from Paper Tray Ink. And then this one, I believe, is Summer Sunrise, also from Paper Tray Ink. I have a variety pack of the yellows. So both of these card bases these card stocks are 100 pounds, so they're nice sturdy weight for holding a card. And so yeah, I used that. And then I also used my India ink pad, which I also received from AdornIt. They have these in stock again, and they sent each of us one of them. So I use this with my watercolors. This says it's used for use with markers, but I tested it with my Copics on a couple of videos back. I don't know that I will use my Copics with this, since I already have other ink for it, for those markers, but watercolor is just fine. I do have other types of markers that are water-based, like the Zigs and some others. So I may try those as well, just to see. This stamps really well, by the way. It's very dark, and it inks up very nicely. Now, my regular stamp cleaner, this is what I use for my regular stamp cleaner. This doesn't work on India ink. It will not clean your stamp off. So this is what I use to clean my stamps. And it was pretty good, except for that large B one, because I used it multiple times. As soon as I was finished stamping, I used this ink off stamp cleaner. And this is actually, you can see it says clear and rubber stamps. So you can use it on both, and it works with water-based and solvent inks. So you basically just take your stamp and rub it across this pad like you were inking it up, and it will clean your stamps off. And you can see how dirty it is. That's normal, right? So then you can either wipe the stamp off, or you can, you know, pat it dry. You can use water to clean off the salt, the whatever's in this ink pad if you want, but you don't have to. So it's safe for your clear stamps. So I use that to clean it off in case you guys are those people that have an issue with any residual ink. I don't have that issue because it stamps just as well. As long as you don't have any residual ink for your next stamping, you're good to go. Now, I use my Inktense pencils for my project, and this is because Inktense pencils, even though you use them with water, once this ink dries, it's not like your regular watercolor. Once it dries, it will not move again. So if you wanted to put another color over top of it, you can. And the two colors will not mix together once the undercoat is dry. So if I wanted to put a red layer down on my paper and then wanted some maybe yellow to go over top of it, not as a blend, but just as a layer, you can do that, because as long as the red is dry, you won't see the two colors blending together if you add more water. Okay, so that's, I purposely use these because I wanted to try something with the wings of the bee. And so yeah, that was what I did that. And so those are the colors that I used. I'm not going to list them all, but you know, if you have Inktense pencils, I really love these pencils. The pigment is great in them, and you know, they are from Derwent. So if you're wondering, and let's see, I use my sparkle pen, this is a Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. I use this on my card, and then I had to go back, and I wanted to brighten up the yellow, so I just pulled a fine line marker that I had from Sargent. I think I got these, I might have gotten these from a friend, I'm not sure. But if you did give them to me or gift them to me in a Happy Mail, I want to say thank you again, because I have a number of, I think I got a pack of these. So I used the yellow to go over some of my watercolor. And oh, that's my sharpener for my Inktense pencil. I use this one because I think I sharpened my, what am I getting out? You can get a different point. So you see the settings here? You can get a different point on the pencil, so you don't eat as much of the wood up. I normally, when I'm using these for watercolor, I just take my brushes to the pencil on the tip. But I did actually use I went back onto my paper and kind of colored in a little bit around the stamp, and then I watercolored. So I like this because it doesn't eat up all your pencil wood, and your pencil will fit in here, of course. But if you like a different sort of tip, you can change the setting, and it will change the way your pencil gets sharpened. So I have it on setting 1, so it will give this type of sort of minimal, wood shaving there. If I used a different, you know, if I put it on a different setting, like 4, for example, I don't know, here, I have one to sharpen here. See how that's blunt? If I sharpened it on 4, it will look different, I believe. Don't make a liar out of me. Yeah, see how the pencil has more wood taken away, and the tip is more exposed. The core of the pencil is more exposed. So that's the difference between the settings, in case you're wondering. And you know, I would not normally do this. I just wanted to show you what that pencil sharpener does. I got it on Amazon, by the way, pretty good price. And I don't like I said, because I don't color with these pencils, you know, from the pencil. I usually use my brush to rub some ink off. This can make your core break faster, like if you have a lot of pressure when you hold your pencil. So I like this because, again, I don't need to expose too much of the core, because I'm just taking my brush to the ink and then coloring. I use my glaze pen. as well. And let me show you the project. That was a long-winded explanation. I am so sorry. So here are my 2 cards, and they are shaped cards. They're virtually the same. I will hold them up closer, but there's the die set that I used for the flower. Kind of looks like a sunflower, I think. And then I cut 2 leaves for each of them, and then used the Sweet as Honey stamp on one of the leaves. And they are actually glued to the inside front of the shape. And I cut 2 of the shapes, so if you can see that, I actually stamped it on the back too. I cut 2 of the shapes, and then what I did was I scored 2 lines from my scoreboard to get a score line, and then I just folded it backwards. So you can see this is actually the back of the die cut. This is the front, or the nice part of the die cut. So this is the inside of the card. And so when you open it, the front has no score line. The back is what has the score line, and I just glued it together so that you could make a little shaped card. So this is the first card, and you can see, I don't know if you're seeing, the camera doesn't always normally pick up that sparkle pen. I put the sparkle on the wings of the bee just to give it an added interest, and that's, you can see that yellow, darker yellow line right around the edges of the actual background, the stamp. That's where I went in and colored it, and then I took my fine line brush, I think I used a number 0 to go all the way around, and added water to it to make it wick out. And I did, there is some watercolor paper here. This is a Canson XL watercolor paper that I've used. I cut that with the die, and I did an overall wash of the whole piece of paper with the yellow color of the Inktense pencil, so that it wouldn't be white. So that is my first card. I kind of played with the colors of the flowers. I think I reversed them on the other card, the next card, or I did something different on the next card. So really, really cute honeycomb. When I saw this stamp, I was like, oh, that is so cute, as an accompanying stamp to the recipe stamp. Really, really cute. There's my sentiment. And as I said, I stamped on the inside with the bee, and then on the back side with a cluster of the flowers and sign my name. Here is the other one. This bee looks slightly different because, again, what I was trying to do was, I had painted the wings of the bee a lighter yellow, and then I went over top of it after it dried with the blue, just to give the wings more of a, I guess a translucent effect is what I was going for, but you can't see the yellow now. You can kind of see it in the I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I can see it with my naked eye. And then I added the sparkle pen on top of it. So the glaze pen was just used as the centers of the flowers. So if you turn it in the light, you can actually get that flash of black. You can see I colored the flowers a different color, the larger flowers a different color, and that's where I went back with my yellow pen to make the little tiny flowers a little bit brighter, because I wanted them to stand out more. So I've got 2 little shaped flower cards, and when I was doing this, I was actually measuring this. These cards are less, they're about 5 1/4 wide from tip to tip of the leaf to 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So it will not fit in a standard size card, envelope. So I'll have to make a envelope for these. But and if I decide, or maybe just put it in a 5x7 envelope, because it'll fit in that just fine. So yeah, you have to consider that when you're mailing, because it is extra postage, and with the postage going up like it is, you don't want to have to pay extra just because your card doesn't fit in a standard envelope that they would take. So I would put it in a 5x7 if I was mailing just the card, but if I put it in a package, it doesn't matter, because of course it's in a package. So anyway, those are my card shares for today. I hope you enjoyed them, and stay tuned for more, because I know I will have more coming. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.